The global fashion and entertainment worlds collided in spectacular fashion today as Jungkook was officially revealed as the newest Chanel brand ambassador, a moment that instantly rewrote the balance of power in luxury culture and sent shockwaves through ARMY, fashion insiders, and global media alike. The announcement did not arrive quietly. It arrived like a statement, bold, confident, and undeniably historic. Jungkook, long praised for his magnetic stage presence, effortless style, and unmatched global influence, has now stepped into a role traditionally reserved for figures who embody both timeless elegance and modern rebellion. And the world collectively agreed. This was inevitable. From the moment the news broke, social media erupted. Headlines raced across timelines. Fashion editors paused. Fans screamed. Jungkook wearing Chanel is not just a collaboration. It is a cultural alignment. His image represents youth, strength, sensitivity, and artistic freedom, values Chanel has been redefining for a new generation. Industry experts were quick to note that Jungkook's appointment signals Chanel's most decisive move yet toward global pop culture dominance, particularly in Asia and among Gen Z audiences worldwide. But what transformed this announcement from major news into historic phenomenon was the context surrounding it. Because Jungkook does not stand alone, he stands beside Kim Taehyung. With Taehyung already cemented as one of the most influential fashion figures of this era, consistently praised for his high fashion intuition, artistic expression, and commanding presence at global luxury events, the reality has become impossible to ignore. Taekook now represent an unprecedented dual force in fashion, music, and cultural influence. Two members of the same group, two global icons, two brand-aligned titans. And together, they form what fans and media alike are calling the most powerful duo in modern pop culture. What makes this moment even more compelling is the timing. Jungkook's Chanel announcement comes amid increasing public fascination with a quiet yet undeniable synergy between him and Taehyung. Their recent appearances, subtle, understated, and intentionally low-key, have only fueled speculation. From private travels to quiet public sightings, from synchronized styling choices to unspoken emotional cues, fans have noticed something deeper unfolding beneath the surface. Not staged, not loud, but real. Insiders suggest that Jungkook's decision to align with Chanel was deeply personal. He has spoken before about wanting to evolve beyond expectations, to step into maturity without losing authenticity. Chanel, a house built on redefining identity and breaking rigid norms, mirrors that journey perfectly. And for many fans, the symbolism is impossible to miss. Jungkook choosing a brand that celebrates freedom, while Taehyung continues to dominate spaces that value artistic depth and emotional storytelling. Different paths, same gravity. Together, Taekook represent balance, strength and softness, mystery and clarity, fire and calm. Fashion analysts are already calling this the Taekook effect. Brands are watching closely. Editors are revising strategies. Luxury houses now understand that influence is no longer about singular faces. It's about emotional resonance, narrative power, and authenticity. And Taekook have mastered all three without ever needing to announce it themselves. The most striking detail? Neither Jungkook nor Taehyung have spoken loudly about any of this. No dramatic statements. No forced explanations. Their silence has become the loudest message of all. In an industry obsessed with noise, Taekook's quiet confidence feels revolutionary. It suggests control. It suggests certainty. It suggests that they know exactly where they stand. Fans around the world are calling this moment a turning point. Not just for BTS, not just for fashion, but for how global influence is defined. Jungkook becoming a Chanel ambassador is not the end of a journey. It's the beginning of a new era where identity, artistry, and emotional connection outweigh traditional branding rules. And when people look back at this moment years from now, they may not just remember it as the day Jungkook joined Chanel. They will remember it as the moment Taekook officially became untouchable, a power couple not defined by labels, but by presence, impact, and an unspoken bond that continues to shape culture in ways no one can ignore. The world is watching, and Taekook are no longer just part of the conversation. They are leading it. And as the hours passed after the announcement, something even more telling began to happen. This was no longer just news being consumed. It was a moment being processed. Fans weren't simply celebrating. They were analyzing, connecting dots, revisiting old interviews, past photos, subtle gestures that once seemed insignificant but now felt prophetic. Jungkook's rise into the Chanel universe suddenly reframed years of quiet evolution. From his increasingly refined personal style to his growing comfort in spaces once considered distant from idol culture. Everything clicked at once, as if this chapter had been written long ago, only waiting for the right moment to be revealed. What stood out most was how naturally Jungkook fit the narrative. There was no sense of trying to belong, no awkward transition. The image of Jungkook and Chanel felt seamless, almost destined, as though the brand had been waiting for someone who could carry its legacy forward without diluting its soul. Fashion insiders noted how Jungkook embodies contradiction in the most compelling way, gentle yet powerful, reserved yet explosive, classic yet experimental. These are the very contradictions that have defined Chanel for over a century, now reflected through a global pop icon whose influence stretches far beyond music. At the same time, Taehyung's presence lingered in the background of every conversation, even when his name wasn't explicitly mentioned. His long-established reputation as a fashion muse, an artist unafraid of depth and ambiguity, added another layer of meaning to Jungkook's milestone. Observers couldn't help but notice how their individual paths seemed to mirror each other, separate yet synchronized, distinct yet emotionally aligned. One steps forward, the other stands firm, and together they create a gravitational pull that draws attention without ever demanding it. This dynamic is what has captivated fans and analysts alike. Taekook do not dominate headlines through excess exposure or constant declarations. Instead, they exist in a space of restraint, where every appearance feels intentional and every silence feels deliberate. In a culture that often equates visibility with relevance, they have proven the opposite, that true influence can be quiet, measured, and deeply felt. Their power lies not in what they reveal, but in what they allow people to sense. As discussions spread across fashion columns, fan forums, and industry panels, a shared conclusion emerged. This moment represents a shift, not just in branding strategies, but in how global icons are perceived. Jungkook's appointment as a Chanel ambassador signals that luxury is no longer confined to heritage alone. It now embraces emotional storytelling, personal growth, and genuine connection. And with Taehyung standing as a parallel force, the narrative becomes even richer, suggesting a future where artistry and authenticity outweigh spectacle. There's also an unspoken reassurance in this moment, one that fans seem to feel instinctively. After years of relentless schedules, public scrutiny, and the weight of global expectations, seeing Jungkook and Taehyung step into positions of control feels grounding. It suggests stability. It suggests intention. It suggests that they are no longer reacting to the industry, but shaping it on their own terms. S night fell, and the news continued to ripple across continents. One thing became clear. This was not a fleeting headline. This was a marker in time, a moment when two artists, bound by history, trust, and an undeniable creative bond, stood at the center of culture without ever claiming the spotlight outright. Jungkook's Chanel era has begun, not as an isolated achievement, but as part of a larger story, one that includes Taehyung, includes growth, and includes a quiet confidence that cannot be manufactured. And perhaps that is why this moment feels so powerful. Because it isn't loud, it isn't forced, it doesn't beg to be believed, that IT simply exists. And in doing so, Jungkook and Taehyung once again remind the world that real influence doesn't need to shout. It only needs to be seen, felt, and remembered.